The following podcast contains adult content. It is not suitable for minors, professional settings, or the faint of heart. Welcome to FOREPLAY Goes South's About Last Night, a reoccurring monthly episode in which I take a story told on the stage last night's live event and release it the very next day.
Hello everybody, new friends. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. So I feel like we had a bit of a mom theme going on, so I felt like I was inspired to share my story of my sexual awakening, aka how my mom convinced me to have sex. Yeah. So I was my first serious relationship, end of high school into college, dating for total of 4 years, 2 years in, and we still hadn't had sex. Neither of us were both virgins. And I remember, growing up, it wasn't that my parents, who are immigrants, ever told me sex is bad. Yes, they were Catholic, so you would think that I grew up with that message, but luckily, no. It was more of, they always said, like, you need to work hard, go to college, get a degree, have a good life, because we worked really hard to get you to this point. And so in my mind, it was, sex is bad because it could lead to pregnancy, and I am definitely not there. No, thank you. So in my mind, it was like, nope, I'm going to abstinence. That's the thing I'm going to do. And so, 2 years into this relationship, and my boyfriend said, hey, come on down for Valentine's Day. Let's, spend the evening together. Let's get some dinner. Sure. I call my mom, like, hey, I got this cute outfit, and I'm like, I'll admit I'm really nervous because I think he wants to do something, and I'm just really scared about that. And she was like, it's okay, don't worry, like, no problem. Just, I'm sure he'll understand. He'll be very respectful. So fast forward, and I'm getting in the car, getting ready to drive, and my mom calls me, and she's like, just kidding, I was wrong. That poor guy has been waiting for you for 2 years. You better give it up tonight. I was like, okay. So, as you can imagine, the end of the story is I gave it up. And, I'll admit, it was very sweet, loving, but it hurt. It was really scary. I didn't enjoy it. Fast forward, we had sex other times. It was vanilla, and it didn't really do much for me. And so when things unfortunately had to come to an end, very loving, but it just did not work. I was in college at this point. I was a musician at the time, professional musician, and I was out on tour with one of my groups and hanging out with my friends one evening, and I was like, I think I might be asexual. And my friends were very supportive, and they're like, yeah, that's okay. And they were like, tell us more. So I gave them this little story, and then they said to me, you know what? Maybe you just didn't have the right experience because you were just with one person. And I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. Like, my motto is I'm going to try everything twice. If I don't like it the first time, well, I just have to confirm it the second time. So my friend was like, I think I have a good place you can start. FetLife. I was like, at the time, I knew nothing about this. And I was like, I think I might be asexual, but yeah, let me check out this website. So very innocent going in. It was on the chat boards and all of this, and just kind of learning the language, learning the speak of it, and ended up, a little time later meeting someone in the area, and, in comes this guy, this tall, muscles, completely tatted up. And I'm like, what did I get myself into? I have no idea. And so needless to say, fun talking, really enjoyable evening, didn't go anywhere. I chickened out and was like, just texted him, said, yeah, we'll hang out later. And then we didn't really talk for a while. And so, again, fast forward maybe a little while later, I'm like, I'm actually really curious. And so I ended up meeting up with him. We had a lot of fun that night. There were no toys involved. He was very much a primal, but it was just a different experience of having sex, just a different environment. And I met, other people, more of just to get to know folks in the community. And then I ended up meeting one of my really, really good friends, who I've now known for over 8 or 9 years. And what I came to realize in this process, he helped teach me to speak up for myself. That it's good and it's fun to have wants and needs and desires, and the other person won't know if you don't share those things. And we explored a lot. He was open to things, just trying all sorts of things, and it just gave me that confidence in the bedroom to say, hey, like, I actually feel sexy. I feel good. Like, these are things I like, and I have a right to share that. And it really helped to build my confidence up. So overall, an incredible experience. And I look at myself, if, was a musician and now I'm in healthcare, and I'm like, if I didn't go into healthcare, I honestly would have considered sex therapy, because I think that owning and loving your own sexuality, your identity, is so freeing and empowering. So thanks, Mom. I'm gonna give it up to her.
This episode of Foreplay Goes South podcast was recorded and produced by event host and podcast creator Metanoia. For more information about Foreplay Goes South, follow us at ForePlayGS on Facebook, FetLife, Instagram, and Twitter.